Well, it's one of our top stories on Top China. Top China. So you do Top China Go, it should be first or second on that list on the Bloomberg. And what it basically shows you is that, you know, these different things that we usually see when we during periods of stress, if you will, in corporate bond markets. So you have yields on the way up, you have rising defaults, you have ratings agencies suddenly looking busier, you have profits falling, and then you have bond sales or planned bond sales being shelved at the moment. So what you're looking at here, this is CNCV7. So this is basically the yield on top-rated Chinese corporate bonds, seven-year bonds, that is, or seven-year debt. And what we've seen actually is a rapid rise in these yields from these 9-year lows. Now, don't get me wrong, historically speaking, we're still trading at very, very low levels. In fact, let me show you what a 5-year looks like, and that's where we are at the moment. But this rapid rise right here, especially at a time when corporates are very dependent on debt, we saw, of course, the latest credit data out, doesn't exactly bode well. So you have this, and you look at the ability of these Chinese companies, listed Chinese companies, to service their debt. So you could do this on EQS. We sorted this for you. Can we get to that graphic which shows this to our viewers? So as far as the interest coverage ratios across all sectors on both exchanges, these are at the very bottom of that spectrum. And just to give you a sense of what the average is for the entire, well, the entire spectrum, that is, it's about 2. In other words, $2 of profit or 2 renminbi of profit, you look at 1 renminbi of interest expense. And obviously these are among, well, the areas where you should perhaps be a bit more prudent if you're looking to get in. Now, so that's the ability to service their debts. You go all the way back to 1992. That's the worst there. You look at coverage ratios, as I just showed you. You look at current ratios or liquidity ratios. Now, the other thing I want to show you is, I mentioned this earlier, when you actually have ratings agencies suddenly looking busier, or busier, in fact. So there's a function, it's RAT-GO, that's double T, not a single T. And what this shows you is the number of, it shows you a few things, the number of downgrades, the number of upgrades, the ratio in between the two. So you basically sort this, and then you have S&P, there's China, this is for this year, this is a graph which shows you a 10-year look, and what I want to show you here is this part, 57 downgrades so far from S&P, 11 have taken place within the investment grade space, total of 2 upgrades. And if you shift this and have a look at just the downgrades themselves, a lot of these have actually taken place. 33 have taken place just this month alone. So you do understand why a lot of these companies have actually shelved their plans to maybe raise debt. 9.2 billion so far in bond sales, 9.4 so far have been scrapped, at least 62 Chinese firms.